Hi, welcome back to my Allen Bradley PLC test bench. In this video we're going to go through how to set up RS-232 to connect to a panel view or SLC 500 or even a PLC 5 or a ControlLogix. It all uses exactly the same hardware on the RS-232 ports. Thankfully, Rockwell Allen Bradley did not change the standard on that. They changed the speed up to as high as it can go, 19.2, and it's actually pretty simple. It's a fairly solid thing. Not as fast as Ethernet by any stretch of the imagination, or ControlNet or Data Highway, but it'll get you by when you need it. So we'll just swing around here and come back over to the computer and have a quick look, and then we'll get going. So back in a second. Okay, so here we are in RS Links, and just get out of this screen and come back to it. Cancel. We're going to add, delete. Okay, RS-232 DF1. Add new. Comes up with DF1 there. You can put whatever name you want. It doesn't matter. And you pick your COM port. In this particular case, this unit is set up for COM 7, and it defaults to PLC channel 0. We want to do, in this case, SLC channel 0, micro panel view, and we're connected to a SLC 503 on the front port, just to go really old school. So we hit auto configure. Oop, pick channel 10. If it doesn't find it, make sure that you have picked the correct COM port. It's a manual thing. Check your configuration in your computer. Auto configure. Auto configured, successful. Now this is an old Toshiba XP laptop that I've had for almost 20 years, so yeah, it is a little slower than what yours may be. So we say OK. It comes up, it's running, there's no conflicts because there's nothing else there. Close. Go into RS Who. There's our Links Gateway. There's our workstation, and then there's our SLC 503. So if we had a panel view, it would say whichever panel view is hooked up there, and that's all there is to that. Now the other thing that you can do with an old laptop when you have it is, which you can't see there, but I'll just move that down. This is a PCMK card. It's a PCMIA slot is what's required. I have never, and if somebody finds one, never been able to find an external PCMIA card reader that works with communications. That's one of the reasons I like hanging on to this old laptop. So we'll just back up a little bit. And in this particular case, the nice thing about these is you can plug them in live. Plug it in. It tells me that, yeah, it found it. And here is my Data Highway 485 cable. Now this is not Ethernet, this is Data Highway 485, and when you look really close, you'll see the wiring in it is different. I plug it into the card, and I'll plug the other end into my SLC 503. Now, if you were using a Data Highway 504, you could use the other cable, which is the Data Highway Plus cable, like this guy right here. and plug into it, or you can use that same data highway cable for PLC 5 systems. Okay, had to redo this section here because it was so badly out of focus, sorry about that. So here we are, and I'll just zoom in just a touch, and we have our SLC 503 tied in on RS-232. So now we're going to configure in our PCMK comm card. So you always have to close this screen first before you add new ones. It's depending upon what system you're running, but the XP was like that. That 7 and 10 were pretty well the same thing. Communications, configured drivers, top box, and we go down to here where it says PCMK PKTX. PKTX was the original comm card for the IBM XT, which I remember using for a little while. Add new, you can change this name to whatever works for you. Say OK. Device type, value is PCMK. Network, in this particular case, we're using it on DH485. RS links, you can call it whatever you want. Station number, we'll leave the default at 0 for now. DH485 speed, you can pick either 19.2 or 9600. 19.2 seems to be the default for most of these guys, and the maximum station number is 31 for DH485, which is anything for SLC 500. Say OK. Takes a half a minute. It's running. No faults, no errors. Close. Back up here to the RS-WHO screen. And there's our KT1, which is the PCMK card. See how quickly it brought that up. There's our DH485 RS-232 link. Works well. We can just minimize that. We can open up our SLC 500 software. We open up our program. It's our test. We go online. And it says it doesn't like it. So we go comms. WHO active to go online. It makes sure that the RS-232 is running. So there's our DF1, which is our RS-232. There's our 503. Pick it, say OK. It goes on, and you see up at the top here, hopefully you can see that all right. It's a little flurry. I'll just bring it up just a bit. Okay, you see the speed on that little twirling ladder. That gives you an indication of how fast your communication is between your laptop, your desktop, whatever computer it is you're using for your communication, and your processor. That same little twirling laptop ladder is in all of the older software, and if it was Ethernet, that would spin at about twice that speed. If we change to comms, WHO active, it'll reopen, and we go into our RS-232, say OK, and watch that little guy there. It's just perceptibly slower, and that's because this is the only thing on this one. But if it was on a large network where you had 10 or 12 or 20, you would see that really slow. So there we go. That's as easy as all this is. Like I say, it just one of those things that works, and it's easy once you've done it once or twice. So thank you very much for sticking with me through on this one. Come back anytime, subscribe if you'd like. ring the bell, all those fun and wonderful YouTube things. Thank you very much.